recently, Billboards coming up, and a lot of criticism about the inactivity of authorities as far as that is concerned. But thank you. As you've seen this now very visible, and it doesn't appear that these groups have been there for long. On Facebook, in particular, very young, nascent Facebook groups that have been formed fairly recently, obviously to mobilize support and draw attention to the causes of LGBTQ members.
Well, let's bring in the founder and director of LGBTQ Plus Rights Ghana, Alex Kofi Donkor. Thank you so much for joining us here on Newsnight. For those of us who are a bit ignorant about what it is that you're doing so far, tell me, what really is Pride Month?
Sorry, Elisa, can you come again with a question?
I'm asking what really Pride Month is all about.
All right. So Pride Month is usually celebrated in June, and it is in commemoration of the struggle of the LGBTQ community. And this actually started in a place like New York, Stonewall, where the police and some people were kicking against the rights of LGBTQ persons, and then the community resisted against the police brutality and then the mistreatment that was being meted out towards people who were known or perceived to be LGBTQ persons. And this happened in Stonewall in New York, and that birthed the Pride Month for June.
And I see that you're replicating same here in Ghana. Especially, we've seen a lot of activity on social media. At least I've been monitoring day 4 of the activity. So throughout the month, especially, let's talk about Ghana. What exactly are you doing to commemorate the month?
Well, so the June, what is Pride Month, it's a global celebration of LGBTQ rights. So it is not limited to just the U.S. alone, but across countries all over the world celebrate this month. And as LGBTQ persons, we are connected one way or the other as a global movement. And so the celebration also means that in Ghana, we don't fall short of that, but it also creates that opportunity to create awareness on the struggles of the LGBTQ persons, create conversation and spaces to really make informed decisions about some of the challenges that we go through as a community.
So is it the case that you're seeking to recruit persons into your fold at a time where our parliament is looking at a bill that is before it so far? There's been talk about the delay in its progression, which we'll get into. But is it a form of recruiting people into your fold?
No, the community has never been interested in recruiting anybody into our fold. LGBTQ persons are people who are equal Ghanaians and are born on daily basis. People who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex persons, these people are equal Ghanaians. And so there is no way that you're interested whatsoever in recruiting people. Once you identify as an LGBTQ person, then this space is open and available to you to reach out for the services that we provide as a community. And that is what the space is meant for, and then the conversation and every other sense that happens there is meant for. So when one space recruits, it's quite unfortunate that somebody would say that, because like your colleague rightfully mentioned, everything we do as a community is very open and very visible, and it is mostly on our social media platform. So one would ask themselves, what is it that we are doing as a community that is so incriminating that people would want to come and attack or, challenge it or even raise some form of fear around it. Everything that you need to know as a community or as us as a community is on our various social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. You will see it there. So, well, I would admonish every Ghanaian to go there and go and check it out. And if you see or find anything incriminating, come back and tell us.
I mean, but Donkor, I mean, historically, gay and lesbians in Ghana have been very private, operated almost in the shadows. Fair to say that in the last, few years, or certainly last few months, you become a bit more open and visible.
Yeah,
taking your case to the Ghanaian public.
Sexual activity between two consenting adults. It has always been private, right? My question is, have you ever heard that any gay or lesbian is on the street having sex or have had sex on the street whatsoever? No. It is private. And so are heterosexual sexual relationships. It's always private. Now, what we are calling and talking about or protesting about is the inhumane treatment that is being meted out to us based on people's perceived or known sexual orientation. And we've said this time without number that even in 2018, the Human Rights Watch documented abuses that people who are known or perceived to be LGBTQ persons go through. Up till now, nobody has had or has asked questions about it. Even the media was silent about it, right? These are the issues that we keep raising, that on daily basis we are being attacked, we are being incredibly discriminated against in the hospital, at the police station, in courts, in various homes, in churches, and all these strong institutions that exist within our society.
So I guess what we're seeing now is
on the increase, and that is what we are raising awareness on. And
so that's the point. So I guess what you're doing now is taking the advocacy into your own hands to raise these issues through social media and other platforms that you're doing.
Well, it is no different from other struggles. When you look at the women's rights, when you look at even the slave rights and all these other rights, it took the people themselves to push against or resist against the oppression that was being meted out to them, and that resulted in the freedom of these various struggles. And
we've also seen some billboards in town. I mean, is your group behind this?
Sorry, come again.
We've also seen some billboards in town talking about freedom. Is your group behind this?
Well, that's obvious, yes. We put out this billboard, and this billboard has a message. And I think the focus should be on the message that was put out on the billboard. So if people are really interested in having the conversation, then how about we talk about the message that we put it out there? What is incriminating about this message so that it needs to cause uproar within the country? And that is the question that we need as a community, as a country, to continuously ask ourselves. That a message that talks about love, tolerance, acceptance is more incriminating than the corruption, the misuse of state funds and all the other things. Why are people not angry about that? But then the message that talks about love is what people are angry about.
Well, that's Kofi Donkor there. He's the founder and director of LGBTQ+ Rights Ghana, and I'm sure you've seen these billboards in town as well. But let's find out the progress of this particular bill, and we have Ningo